Most people live as though they have an infinite amount of time. The math says otherwise. An average human lifespan yields roughly 30,000 days. Look at this grid representing that 30,000-day budget. If you are 30 years old today, you have already spent 11,000 of these blocks. They are gone. This deficit is compounded by how the human brain processes time. As a child, every experience is new, forcing the brain to record constant, dense memories that make days feel endless. As an adult, routine takes over. Your brain skips recording the repetitive details of your commute or your morning coffee, creating the illusion that years are accelerating. The standard response to this time blindness is to pack schedules even tighter. We try to outrun the clock by cramming in more tasks, but leaning harder into repetitive routines only deepens the mental blur, making the remaining days slip by faster. Traditional productivity advice is flawed because it focuses on adding tasks. It teaches you to neatly stack an impossible volume of obligations into a single afternoon without questioning if those obligations deserve your attention. Extracting value from a limited lifespan requires us to invert how we view our time, our energy, and our metrics for success. Optimal output requires aggressive unlearning. We have to dismantle the habits we've been told make us productive. The standard calendar assumes every hour is identical. It plots a 4 p.m. meeting exactly like a 9 a.m. strategy session, ignoring that your physical and mental energy reserves plummet by late afternoon. You are effectively two different people. The ambitious morning version of you builds a massive to-do list that the depleted evening version of you has to execute. Trying to force an exhausted mind through complex tasks requires willpower. Willpower acts like a physical muscle. It weakens with every decision you make. The defense against this energy drain is strategic incompetence. By choosing to be deliberately bad at low-value, non-essential tasks, you reduce the number of requests others make of you. Protecting your energy reserves acts as a multiplier. When you are charged, the few hours you spend on your highest priorities produce better results than a 12-hour grind running on empty. High achievers rarely stall out from a lack of ambition. They stall because they pursue too many objectives at once, spreading their focus so thin that nothing gains traction. To filter priorities, write down every goal you want to achieve. Then force yourself to circle only the top 3. These unselected items become your avoid at all costs list. They represent secondary goals that pose the greatest threat to your primary focus. To determine what belongs in that top tier, apply the deathbed test. Fast forward to age 90 and look back at a current frustration or deadline. If it holds no weight from that vantage point, it drops off the list. Long-term leverage comes from absolute ruthlessness in eliminating the non-essential. Your capacity to subtract dictates your ability to succeed. This graph charts lifestyle inflation. As income climbs, society expects upgrades to your house, your car, and your neighborhood. The cost of these upgrades is the time required for maintenance and obligation, which causes your available free hours to plunge. Real wealth relies on time affluence. A true hourly rate must factor in every personal hour sacrificed to a stressful commute or weekend emails just to maintain a salary. Strategic individuals prioritize purchasing experiences over material objects. While objects lose value and require heavy upkeep, experiences appreciate through memory and slow your perception of time. This preference for experiences often requires embracing specific constraints. Just as a poet finds creativity within the strict limits of meter, human relationships find depth in shared difficulty. Navigating a difficult challenge together forges a bond that is impossible to replicate with money or grand celebrations. Intentionally embracing limits strips away the excess. It channels all your resources into the specific investments that yield compounding fulfillment. These inversions make it possible to build margins, the deliberate creation of blank, unallocated space in your life. This includes financial buffers, empty afternoons, or gaps between meetings. This open space allows you to treat life design as a series of constant experiments. You gain the freedom to test what actually works for your specific energy levels. Stop waiting for the perfect day to overhaul your schedule. Pick one small habit and change it for exactly 5 minutes today to build momentum. That 30,000-day clock will tick down regardless of your plans. By choosing to build margins today, you ensure your remaining hours are genuinely lived, rather than just managed.